If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot.
Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Tony's Sportcast, and I'm your host, Tony Forbes. And let's get on with today's episode. Today, we are going to be talking about a quarterback who's currently playing for the Los Angeles Rams, and his name is Matthew Stafford. Now, the reason why I'm going to be talking about Matthew Stafford right now is that not much people really talk about this guy. Not from since the Calvin Johnson era, when he, was probably like the best wide receiver Detroit Lions has ever had, which is why he was playing in Detroit for the last 12 years. Well, 11 years. And Detroit was like, you know what, let him go and trade him off for golf for a much younger quarterback who's struggling this season. Like, I like how Jared Goff is looking like he's struggling when he's a very young, great quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did very, very good with the Rams last season. I don't understand why letting him go. He wasn't no problem, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And now, Matthew Stafford has the fastest time of having 50,000 yards of any quarterback in history. And to me, that's a bit of a shocking, because I'm like, what? Not even Peyton Manning? Wait, huh? Tom Brady? Not Aaron Rodgers? None of those guys? Matthew Stafford right now has the fastest time of passing over 50,000 yards. And this is his 12th season. I'm kind of shocked. Because I've been seeing Stafford been throwing some good yardages for years now, and it probably like bad an eye, but like they say, numbers never stop growing. You know what I'm saying? So it's understandable with that he been passing a ton of yards throughout the years, even when Detroit was bad or good. And Detroit was that bad team that these see Detroit is an organization, like, no matter how they'll have very great players, they don't last. Take a look at Barry Sanders, for example. The dude played for like more than 10 years, and look what happened to Detroit. He never got in the Super Bowl, never committed the switch. He had a chance to switch to go 49ers and make a Super Bowl and get his first Super Bowl win as a running back, but he didn't do that. He wanted to dedicate to his team, and look what it did. The only thing he's known for is being one of the greatest running backs of all time, to never win a ring. But if you look at Emmitt Smith, he has a ring. Them two basically kind of even, if you really look at it in terms of their techniques and speed. They're both equal on that kind of grayish area. But most people will not admit that, because Barry still put up much more yardage, concerning that he had a worse offensive line than Cowboys. Emmitt Smith had a great offensive line. Very great one, especially if you remember this big guy, Larry Allen. Yeah, Hall of Famer guard right there. So that should tell you. But with Stafford right now, and with the Rams currently, this is literally the best team he's been with so far. Detroit was always a bad team. This is the best team for him so far. He's still young, 34. I mean, he's 33 years old. He's still young. You know what I'm saying? You could build more passing yards even more now, considering that he has a better coach, better offensive line, better weapons. He has it all right now. And currently he should have been like number one seeded, but Cardinals get that bye covered right now. If they continue to win and Cardinals lose this next game, then they'll probably be back to number one in that division. And Stafford is a very good quarterback. He's a very likable quarterback. Statured, it's nice standard. He doesn't push too much. He plays as comfortable as much as he possibly can. You know what I'm saying? With great experience, veteran quarterback like this is going with the Rams through it from here on out. I would say, this my guy might actually pass some more records. Who knows? Maybe maybe Matthew Stafford might get a Super Bowl one day. Who knows? As these years go by, we're gonna see how he's gonna grow for a quarterback going on with this organization with the Rams for this season. And that's my takeover for Matthew Stafford. To just let you know that he got a record today, and it was announced that he has over 50,000 yards, the fastest 50,000 passing yards in history right now. The fastest quarterback with that kind of record. Amazing. Even with all the Joe Flacco back in his prime, Tom Brady back in his prime, all these other quarterbacks. When you look at all these other quarterbacks and you hear Matthew Stafford have the fastest time for passing 50,000 yards, it makes you wonder, like, huh? Was I missing something? Like, this to Matthew Stafford? This Matthew Stafford? You know what I'm saying? Because he's rarely really talked about. You know what I'm saying? But for years now, I did notice that he always usually passes for more than 4,000 yards a season. Sometimes. And I never really calculate all that, but when you really calculate all of it, you realize, yeah, man, he's been passing for a lot of yardage. Because, back in the day, things was a little bit freely. It was like a passing area, so everyone was having their fair chance. Then it get more to the run pass. Then it get more to the slot pass, quick pass, all sorts of passes with the running and also the defense backing up. There's a lot of things you'll probably miss out, which is why no one didn't really understood how this man Matthew Stafford got 50,000 points, because it's very a lot to look at, especially with other teams growing up from that era, especially with Detroit. Maybe no one wasn't but paid attention to it. Who knows? Probably it was the same thing with Barry Sanders, why everyone's probably saying Barry Sanders was one of the greatest. Nah, Barry Sanders was the greatest. Fantastic. Athletic, agility, great speed monster he is. I love Barry Sanders. But that's my takeoff for today, you guys. I'm your host, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.
Beautiful morning, yeah, the sun in my morning, babe. Nothing in the water. Beautiful morning, yeah, the sun in my morning, babe.